Well, glory be to God. Glory be to God. This is Catherine Johnson, servant of the Lord. I want to thank you for tuning in to my YouTube channel. And the title of this message is To Guard Your Gifts. And understand the gifts and callings of God are without repentance, meaning that those gifts are given to you whether you're saved or not. And that's the reason why I'm putting this message out there. Because see, the enemy knows that. And he knows that if you're in the flesh, that he can pull you out of the will of God and exploit you. And you're seeing a lot of gifts being exploited now because people did not dedicate their gifts to God. So that's why God is allowing me to come forth with this message. So as you come in, please come in prayerfully, come in quietly and hear what the Lord has to say. This message may not be for everybody, but God has given all of us gifts and callings. We're just not here just to just be sitting and doing nothing. We have a purpose. So the gifts are given to serve God's purpose. He says every gift, good and perfect gift comes from God, from the Lord, from the Most High. So understand that God gives those gifts. He wants you to use them to serve him. And what's happening is that a lot of gifts are being exploited. And I'm talking to you from experience that the enemy will come to offer their help. They'll come to appease you, pat you on the back. It's important that you understand why you're given the gift. You understand the purpose of the gift, how to use it. So that means you need to be spending time with the Lord. You need to be spending time allowing God to minister to you, direct you on how to use your gifts and callings. But that's not what's happening. A lot of saints are using their gifts in the flesh. And what's happening, you're seeing a lot of casualties. So God is telling me to be careful, use wisdom, consult with him. This is especially for believers. For some of you are not, but you're heir of salvation, meaning that you will come into the kingdom and the enemy has you out there, okay? Not up under the auspices of God. You're out there and the enemy sees you, okay? He sees you're not in the fold and he'll come to sidetrack you, to make you, to pull you in a direction God does not want you to go in. For those of you who are just listening, this message is about guard your gifts. Many of you have listening, have gifts and callings, and the enemy really wants to railroad you. And I'm speaking to some of you right now that are going into various, you may be a writer, you may be a singer, you may be a musician, play an instrument. Um, you might be in the fivefold ministry, but God is telling me to tell you that be careful of the people around you that you share this information with, because that will determine whether or not how far you get. Everybody, and I spoke about this a lot on my lives, that everyone around you is not happy for you. And it may not be apparent. They may show more concern because they are disguising their true feelings. And how you'll know that something is wrong is that you start experiencing setbacks. There's issues with how things go after you've shared with someone. And there's a lot of backdooring, okay? Back doors. A lot of people coming in through the back door. They're opening you up because they're really not serving God. So that's important that you not share with everyone. I don't care if they're Christians, okay? God tells you use wisdom with anything that you God has given you. Really, you should not be sharing it with anyone, especially at its infancy levels, until it is birth and it is growing. This is a message for some. This is a warning. This is a warning to someone because there are many, that person you're talking to, they may not be the problem, but they're talking to someone that may have some information about you, may know you in an indirect way, and they're not serving God. And you're wondering why you're having a lot of problems. starting things, or they just go crazy, they fall apart. Well, that's because of who you're sharing that information with. You have to be careful with that intimate circle. And I've shared this before, that Judas betrayed Christ. Judas was very close to Christ, okay? It's not going to be the one that is at a distance, it's going to be the one that's very close to you. That family member, that husband, that wife. I'm just going there. Some of you need to hear this. You may blow this off. You can just come off this live. But if you keep having this problem, you're not getting anywhere. You have to look at who you're speaking to about this, because they might be in the dark arts and they're doing things to sabotage it. So this is the reason why God is telling me to come this way, to guard those gifts. Don't talk about them to anyone. God tells you not to say anything. He tells you not to sing, not to do anything right now. Don't do it, because you're dealing with a spiritual realm. You're dealing with principalities. And what God is saying to you is right now, it's strategic what he's doing. He's protecting you. Some of you are being hidden. You're wondering why I can't go forth with my gifts, because of the spiritual warfare that you're experiencing. God is battling. See, the enemy wants to kill people. He sees you with a gift and you can pull people into his away from his kingdom and to God's kingdom. No, you're a threat. And he'll snuff you out. And I'm saying this for a reason. He'll bring people around you to seem like they're for you. Okay. And you're wondering why you're having problems. You start something, you get tired, you can't finish. That's because of who you are talking to. I don't care who it is. And the number one way to find out who it is, there's someone that's especially interested in everything that you're doing. They're asking about even your personal life. Be aware of that. Because some things are off limit to people. I don't care who it is, even family members. Be careful with that. You don't share everything with some people, or they're calling you. How are you doing? How's this going? Well, I really don't want to talk about that. That should be your answer. Well, God is telling me, I'm really quiet with that. God will tell you what to say to them. And you have to make decisions. If you're seeing this common trend with a person, you're going to have to limit your contact with them. And God will show you how to do that. But it's important right now, because we're in a time where the enemy, evil is upon the land, and people think that they can just do whatever they want. They don't think that God sees that they don't serve him, and they're right in your face. They know you love God, you're serving God, but they're not. And there's a way to know the fruit, because a person is serving God, he's going to talk about God. He or she will. If they're not, that's a red flag. But they want to know all your business. That's a red flag for you. Be careful with who you share what God is doing with your gifts and callings. Keep it under your tongue. I know this is hard for some of you. You want people to be happy for you, but this time we're in is very, very dangerous. There are casualties. People are crashing. They're soaring and they share with the wrong person. They're wondering why everything is crashing, because they've spoken against it. They're in the demonic realm, sabotaging it. I'm not saying that God can't turn it around. What I'm saying to you is that God is giving you disobedience message, a commandment. You don't share. You don't let your right hand know what your left hand is doing. There's certain phases of ministry or gifts and callings when God is raising you up. You don't share with people. Even that close circle, that is where you're going to have the problems. God told me the close circle, that confidant. Be careful what you share. And if God is telling you to not say anything, he'll tell you what to say to them. And you'll understand why. You'll see it. It's just for you to be discerning. Because in this time, it's hard to see, especially when someone is expressing their love to you and you're very happy. You're very, just you want everybody to experience what you experience. You want everybody to, be a part of this. Everybody can't be a part of what God is giving you. They cannot come with you in the direction God is taking you. You're going to have to drop some people, and it may be hard for you, but that's the only way you're going to be able to. be successful. Please understand what I'm saying. I'm past my 10-minute mark. You're going to have to let go of some people. It's maybe a family member, a good friend. Somebody is backdooring you. You're wondering why you can't get things off the ground. It's because of what you're sharing with them. God said, zip it, shut your mouth, move in silence, says your God.